First of all, thank you for having me here. I think it's a great conference. ETCFO NextGen Finance for the Future is a brilliant concept. You asked me for 5 years. I'll say 5 years is a too long a time. As per one of the IBM's report that we did for CFO study, within 2025 itself, we expect more than 40% of finance functions to be dramatically reshaped, which means that the adoption of technology is going to be so much in finance function that the CFO role is going to completely transform from the way it is being carried out today or in the past to a much more strategic role. And things like, for example, given the economic trends in the world today, given the geopolitical trends in the world today, CFOs will have the power of technology in their hand to really say that how my business is going to get impacted. For example, what could be my cash flow impact if a war in a particular geo continues beyond a period of time? Or if there is some unrest for some reasons in the world order, what could be impact on my supply chain, and immediate real-time modeling on what could be the potential risk on business resiliency, cash flow, financial projections, and you mitigate those appropriately. So the point I'm making is that the power of technology will become so strong that the CFO's bandwidth and the mindset and the thinking will move from the processes where the technology will take over completely. It will be largely automated. 80% of the work that our CFOs do today will get largely automated and technology will take over. And that's where the boardroom presence, the boardroom strategic direction, business model innovation will come in. So I think the power of data and how do you leverage that data to transform the business, make it more growth oriented, is where the CFOs will play more and more role. In one line, if I kind of sum it up, CFOs will be more of a choreographer, an orchestrator, bringing together different parts of the enterprises, different parts of the functions in a very, very strategically aligned manner, leveraging technology and change the directions. I think that's how the CFO role is going to change big time. That's a very good question, and that's see every CFO we talk to today, they agree that they have to adopt a tech journey, innovation journey, digital journey faster than what they are doing. At the same time, it's a very obvious question that, should I do it now? Should I do it later? At what level should I do? What's the cost involved in that? Is it a short-term return or a long-term return? So our advice, to the CFOs had always been that, you got to strike a thin line balance between the short-term ROI that you get from projects that you do and a long-term play. So the CFOs will have to have a long-term play in the strategy, and a lot of these decisions will have to be kept in mind from a tangible and induced intangible benefits to the organization. So I think to your question, how should CFOs really take a wise decision on what to do and what not to do is a factor of strategic direction that they want the company to take. And one very big impact that comes where CFOs will have a role to play is that what is the risk appetite of my company? What is the risk appetite of my business going with the larger trends in the market? And within that risk appetite, what are the kind of bets I can place my money on? So I think choosing the right bets and then executing those right bets smartly is what is required to be done by the CFOs. See, as IBM, for us, this is a very, very strategic area. We have been working with CFOs in the finance community worldwide, and not just finance, across the enterprise. So just to give some examples, we have worked with leading companies in India, both in public sector and private sector, on building efficiencies in their finance process by carrying out business process outsourcing of the finance function. Straight 30 to 40% benefits can be seen on the table. And some of these transitions can be done very, very rapidly. That the time to really get these on the ground and rolling is not in years, it's just in a few months now. You can get benefits so fast. That is one. We have seen areas where we have been working with CFOs in their strategy to bring together larger organization and do a much bigger finance transformation in terms of metrics that matter. One big problem with the CFO, I wouldn't say a problem, but one big shift that the CXOs need to do now in the current environment is how should they really look at their business in terms of metrics. The way you were evaluating your business in the past is no more really that valid. So that whole shift is very fundamental. And at the heart of it is one thing, which is data. everything that we talk about is on the back of data. So our generative AI relevance, our the use cases that we do on machine learning AI, all of that is good as long as the data strategies are lined up in the background. So we are working with a lot of CFOs and organizations to see that what should be your data strategy, what should be your data lineage in the back end, so that you have a full trust on that. See, you do a lot of technologies, and then you have some insights which you want to use for your business decisions. The fundamental to that is a trust. Can I trust the data, the insight that is coming? So I think that trust and data and the responsible AI is where a lot of focus is going, and we are working with a lot of companies. And to your question, the time to value is not very long. All of this can be done in a very rapid, sometimes in actually a few weeks' time. So that's the speed of transition that is happening. That's the speed of value that is coming on table. And we very strongly believe that in 2025, by second half, you will see this whole transition going up much rapidly and much faster.